Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch.
And hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Team NEOS Spotlight Sessions. Today we have Leah Jones. Hi, Leah.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, Leah, I see on your tagline you have FBA on a budget. That looks really interesting. We have to get into that, I think, a little later. I want to save something, save something for further on in the interview. But I wanted to start off, as I always do, just asking you how you first got to know e-commerce, what first started you in e-commerce, and also how you got involved with DSD.
Okay, so I started dabbling in e-commerce a long time ago. It was about, I guess about a little over 10 years ago now. I did the typical thing that you're supposed to do, go to school, get good grades, get a degree, and get a good job. And so I did that. And as soon as I entered corporate America, I was looking for a way out. I did not want to do what I was doing for the next 30 years. I mean, it was really depressing, actually. And so I started out, actually, I was buying a lot on eBay, and I became friends with, I was like her best customer. And so I became friends with her and said, hey, how are you doing this? And because she was a stay-at-home mom, she was making about $10,000 a month in sales on eBay. And I was just like blown away. I wanted to learn how to do that too, instead of just spending my money on eBay all the time. So she taught me, how to do kind of like, I didn't know it was called retail arbitrage at the time, but that's essentially what she taught me how to do. And we would do things like go to, the Bath and Body Works semi-annual sales or Victoria's Secret, places like that, finding clearance items. And, this was long before everybody had smartphone. I had, like a little flip phone or something, it wasn't like you can do now and just look things up in the store and see how they're profitable. So I would just kind of guess at what I thought would sell and bring it all home and get it listed. And, this was before Buy It Now was really a thing on eBay too. So I was doing auctions, and that was really exciting, to put your stuff up and watch it get bid up. And so it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I made some good money doing it. But then I got to a point where it was just not profitable anymore. And all these people were starting to offer lower prices and free shipping, and shipping costs were killing me. I didn't know how they were doing it. And so I put all this stuff on credit. I ended up not being able to move my products fast enough. And I kind of threw in the towel. I ended up selling the rest of my inventory at a garage sale for $5 for the whole box. So it was really kind of sad. I had really wanted to be successful with it, but I was a single mom. And, it was just, it just wasn't, I couldn't get it right. So I just kind of gave up on it for a while. And, I'd sell things here and there throughout the years. So I sold maybe a couple things a year on eBay. So I stayed a little bit active, but not very much, just things around the house and stuff like that. And when I found DSD, it was, I think it was like summer of 2014. I don't remember exactly. But really, I had the opportunity to be a stay-at-home mom for a couple of years at that point. And I mean, honestly, I was just on a mission to avoid getting a job again. So over the years, I have tried numerous opportunities, mostly, multi-level marketing, direct sales kind of things, which there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, it's not a model that I've been able to be successful in. And I'm just not a recruiter. I'm just not. And I don't enjoy it. I mean, I would spend hours posting ads, making calls, doing presentations for, maybe a $5 a month check. I mean, that's not gonna do it for me. I wanted to not have to go back to a corporate job. And I thought I had seen everything. Really, I didn't think that I figured it was going to be Herbalife or, the latest new pills, potions, and lotions kind of company that I had run across. And I contacted the lady, and, it's just somebody I found on the internet, and I contacted her, and she told me about this program, DS Domination, and it just blew me away. It was like a light bulb finally came on for me. It was like the missing piece of that eBay puzzle. I had finally found it. And it was really exciting. I was like, oh my gosh, that's how they're doing this. That's how they're offering brand new products for lower prices and free shipping. I knew about buying in bulk and stuff like that, but then I found out you don't even have to do that. And so it was really, really exciting. And I was so broke at the time that I couldn't even afford to sign up right away. So I knew the basic concept. And so I tried it out a little bit. I sold some things around the house because I already had that prior knowledge with eBay. So I sold some of my things just to get the capital to get that $20. I didn't even have $20 to sign up for DSD. That's how tough it was at the time. And so I got my $20. I signed up, got my training, watched the videos, and did absolutely nothing with it. I won't say absolutely nothing, but I listed a few items they didn't sell. And I thought, I'll do it later. And I think that's kind of where my prior eBay experience kind of hindered me a little bit, because I kind of felt like, I already know this. I already know how to do that. I know how to list. And, I kind of felt like I kind of knew it all already. And so I didn't really, pay close attention to some of the videos, and I went through it so I could say I went through it, but I didn't really absorb the information. And so like I said, I listed a few things, didn't really sell anything. And then I made my first sale in October, and I was so excited. It was a really, really good profit margin. And it was something so strange that, like, I don't even know what this thing is, and I still sell them. I sell them regularly, and it's one of my best products. But hey, people love them, and so I thought, well, okay, this is kind of a niche, and so I started selling more variations of that, and it was steady enough, but it wasn't steady enough to keep me really motivated. So I kind of, I got excited with my first sale. And it was right on the edge of Q4. And I thought, okay, I'm going to list all this stuff, and I'm going to crush this. I'm going to do so great and make all these sales. And I did absolutely nothing. So it was a pretty rocky start for me. Just keeping motivated, and, I'd make a sale, I'd get really excited. I'd list a few more things. And then the next thing that I sold, by the time I sold it, it was right in the middle of Q4, and I wasn't able to source it. And so I had to cancel that order, and it really, it hit my seller account. I didn't realize that was going to, be a mark against me as a seller. And I had worked really hard over the years to have perfect feedback and seller ratings. And so, and then a couple months later, the same thing happened again. And I just, I got kind of frustrated. And, so I a total, at least 6 months, I really didn't do hardly anything with DSC. And I wanted to. I just felt like every time I tried, I would have either a small victory that, was good, but I would also run into things like not being able to source something that I sold. And, I felt kind of beaten down about it. And it was, money was really tight. Like I said, it was a really tough time. And so I started doing, I'm sure everybody's heard of like Uber and Lyft, and I started driving for those two services. And that gave me the money to go to my first corporate live event. And that is what really changed my business. And being able to meet people in person, that were doing the same thing that I'm doing, networking, getting ideas, amazing training, even stuff that I didn't even know anything about. Like I didn't know anything about Amazon, but I was learning all kinds of stuff. I had notes everywhere, and I just took it all in, absorbed all the information, and I found out that there are tons of people here in Dallas where I am that are doing this. We meet up, we have mastermind sessions, we go shopping together, we help each other, we have weekly webinars with the whole team, with people, from all over. And then, our local group here, I mean, we get together, just sometimes a couple of us will get together and we'll, wrap our FBA stuff or, go shopping or whatever. And it's been great because in previous companies, I've had support. I don't want to say that I didn't have support, but my income was all based on recruiting. And like I said, that just isn't something that I'm good at or comfortable with doing. And so I love this business model because it's something that I can do myself, but I can also do with a group of people. And it's not necessarily competition. I'm not competing for leads or, anything like that. And ultimately it's like I can take action and I will see results from that. This is the one thing that I've finally found that, it's almost like impossible to fail. If you really be consistent and put effort into it, you will make money. You will. It might take a while. It took me a while, but I also admit I didn't work that hard at it. I wasn't consistent. And once I started being consistent and, going to the event and learning some of those other tips and tricks about like keywords and things like that, that really helped a lot too. So that was kind of a really long answer. So, but that's pretty much, kind of my history and where I'm coming from and, how I got started and what really changed my success in the business. And now, things are going really well.
That is so cool, Leah. Oh my goodness. You hit on so many things that so many people, it kind of stops them, and I'm so glad that you shared your story because that's the thing that we want to spotlight. That's why you're here, because we want to show everyone that no matter what obstacles you come across, you're an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, you have to barrel through them somehow. You have to figure it out somehow, even if it takes you a little while. Like what Leah was saying, it took her a little while to get her discipline, her business, mindset and business hat on. But once she did, she's been rare to go. Okay, so you said things are going good now, and I heard something about you. So I wanted you to share with everyone. Did you win something recently?
I did. I am so excited. There's the Super Saturday training coming up this weekend in Houston with Nikki and Parrish and the FBA Ninja and Shipping Samurai themselves. And I'm really, really excited to be able to go to that because we had a contest within our group and I won that contest for listing the most items. So yeah, so I get to go and I got the ticket for free for winning the contest. So yeah, more money for shopping.
Yes. Okay, so how many did you list? You got to let us know.
No, okay. So here's the thing. My computer was down for an entire day. I only got, I think, between all three platforms, because I sell on eBay, Amazon, and Bonanza now. So I think between all three platforms, it was only like 40 something items. I think it's like 41 items. So, and I'm so disappointed. Like I was so ready to just crush this. And then my computer went haywire but it's okay. Cause I showed up and I tried and I followed through to the end, and that's what won me the ticket. So
right, girl, 40 something ain't nothing to blush at. I'm serious. Great, congratulations.
Thank you.
You'll have a very good time.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited.
There. Okay, so yes, you mentioned that you're going to be talking with FBA Ninja, which is priceless, right? Then you'll also be seeing how the Shipping Samurai ships. That is great. I mean, he might not actually, be able to break down the boxes like they were doing at the Orlando event, but I'm sure he's going to be giving some great tips. Then you also get to hobnob with the Book Boss. Now, yes. I hear the Book Boss is coming out with his FBA Book Boss course in Infinii, and that actually dovetails into another question I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you, you know, we did the past, we are kind of talking about the present, and I was going to ask you in the future, what do you see yourself doing with DSD? Actually, now it's turning into Infinii, as the creators of DSD have created this new company called Infinii, and it's kind of like DSD, you know, exponentially just upgraded, you know, like, so there's a lot of things in Infinii that kind of reflect off of what was done in DSD, but it's, you know, upgraded a lot. So one of the things is we're going to have a digital marketplace where we all, regular, you know, people, us who have been using our e-commerce tips and tricks, we can actually create a product ourselves and sell it to others in the Infinii DSD, you know, family, and also share it with others, I do believe, all around the world. So I wanted to get your take on, you know, you're gonna be there with the book boss. Oh my goodness, are you gonna like be like just starstruck or something, or like what is your take on his course, and are you looking forward to it coming out?
So I'm super excited to meet Derek. I've only known him from Facebook, so that'll be really awesome to actually meet him. I'm excited about the Book Boss course too. I have got in Denton, which is about 30 minutes from me, I've got like one of the most well-known used bookstores. It's like 3 stories tall. I've never been there, but I've heard people just freak out about it. So I'm really excited to get this course and learn, and then go to that bookstore and just clean up. So, so yeah, I've got books around my house that I've kind of been cleaning up and, you know, getting ready to ship off to FBA, or possibly Merchant Fulfill. Some of them are kind of big, so I don't know. You know, I don't know. I really kind of need the course to know what the best course of action is for that. So I'm definitely excited about that, the digital marketplace, and you know, some of the other courses that are coming out, like the couponing course with Michael and Marion, and we got a little sneak peek of that, and the Book Boss course during our Q4 boot camp, which was really awesome. And then I am starting to put together product as well, because like I told you before, I started with literally no money. Like, I didn't even have enough money to sign up for DSD for $20. So I started this whole thing with literally no money. And I want to show other people how they can do the same thing, because you don't have to have a lot of money to get started and to sustain your business. And I do it all the time. I mean, I'm still on a pretty super low budget as far as FBA goes. Well, as you know, as far as everything goes. So, and I keep it that way though, because, you know, I've had a lot of good success with, you know, items that are, you know, a quarter at a garage sale or a thrift store, or $1 at, you know, Walmart or whatever. And so I rarely spend more than $5 for an item for inventory. And for that, you know, I mean, it better be a really good item for me to spend $5. I mean, that's, I mean, I can either get 4 $5 items for $20, or I can get $21 items, you know, I mean, come on. So, you know, my goal is to find the best sellers for the most profit at the cheapest price. And I do that all the time. And I want to help other people learn how to do that too, because it's not out of your reach just because you don't have a lot of money. So.
That is some good stuff. I will be looking for your course too. Do you have a name yet? Because then we could definitely.
I think that I'm gonna call it FBA on a budget, or
FBA
look at
that. That's the tagline.
Yeah. So I figure, you know, I don't know if everybody knows like what, you know, shoestring will really mean. So, but I kind of like, you know, either one of those. But
that is so good. Oh, congratulations! This is so wonderful. Oh,
my internet went away.
Oh, well, I see you for now.
Okay.
I still see you. Okay, that was good. Okay, so yes, we are definitely looking forward to FBA Book Boss. We're also looking forward to, I think it's called Shopping for Profits, which is the mini course by Michael and Marion. And then we're looking for Leah's course, FBA on a budget. And I know there are others. I know there's another leader, Nicole, and I do believe Rashida are gonna come out with another product, and that product I think is gonna be geared towards business, I think organization, or it might be something with other ways to get money, kind of like yours, but not exactly the same perspective. So yeah, it's just amazing. I just love that whole aspect of Infinii, that you can just come up with your own thing and you got a whole sales force behind, that's gonna be itching to buy it like me when it comes out, just for the digital marketplace. So we're still waiting for the digital marketplace to come out. But in the meantime, you are kicking it on Amazon. So yeah, I wanted to ask, which do you prefer? Do you prefer eBay or do you prefer Amazon?
I fell in love with Amazon FBA as soon as I tried it. Now it's weird because, okay, I have an IT background. Okay, I'm not a dummy when it comes to computers, but sometimes I just don't get stuff. So what I didn't understand was I didn't understand Amazon, and I didn't even know that I didn't understand Amazon until I started selling on Amazon. And then I was just like, oh, it was really strange. Like, I just thought Amazon was just this magical place like Walmart that just has everything. They just have everything. It just is. I didn't realize that, and I think a lot of people also, like, now don't realize that when you go to Amazon.com and you order something, probably most of the time you're not ordering from Amazon. You're ordering from people who source Amazon with their inventory, like you and me. It's us sending products in, but it comes from Amazon.com. It comes in an Amazon box, and people just assume it's Amazon. And I guess I kind of knew that there were third-party sellers, but I didn't really, like I said, I didn't really understand it. I didn't get it. And so I thought, well, this is Amazon. I don't trust these other third-party sellers. Well, guess what? You're probably buying from a third-party seller every time you buy on Amazon from a Prime, from the buy box, because those are usually the FBA sellers. And I didn't get it. And then once I went to this event in Dallas, and I learned all this stuff about Amazon and FBA, and I had no idea. Like, we went on our first shopping trip. That was like the breakthrough moment for me when I met Nikki and went shopping with her. And I got back into, the retail arbitrage again. And, that was kind of a comfort zone for me. So I was like all about it. But everybody's got their phones out and they're scanning with their seller app. I didn't even have a seller account. I didn't even know what the heck they were doing. And they're looking at ranks and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay. and I couldn't even join in the party because I didn't have a seller account. So I couldn't download the app and sign in. So I was just kind of, absorbing information however I could. And so I thought, I need to figure this out. I took that information that I got on the shopping trip and I applied it towards eBay, what I was doing with eBay, and, started just shipping out stuff myself that I had bought. And then what I did, I still had a bunch of inventory from that shopping trip, and I just decided I was going to start selling on Amazon. I was going to figure it out, because even though DS Domination had a training program for it, it was just financially, it was out of my reach at the time. And I thought, I've been selling on eBay forever. I mean, I'm a computer person. I could figure this out. And so I just did it. I just did it. And I created a seller account. I thought, it's funny because, there's the professional account, which is a paid account, $40 a month. And then there's the individual. Well, the cheapo in me would normally say, okay, we'll just do the individual, and I don't know how this is going to go. And okay, it's another 99 cents per transaction. I'm probably not going to sell 40 items, but I thought, you know what? It's a free trial for the pro account. So I said, what the heck? Signed up for the pro account, sold over 100 items my first month. Thank goodness I signed up for the pro account, because otherwise I would have had over $100 in fees. So, because it's 99 cents per transaction if you're an individual. So, and I haven't looked back since. I took all that stuff that I bought on that shopping trip, everything that was left over, sent it into FBA, and haven't looked back. So,
yeah, congratulations. See, you are sizzling. You are hot. That is so good. That is great, because you have totally given us a example, very good example of what everybody talks about. Go to the events. We always say, get to the events. You show up to blow up. You know, that's the saying, that's the phrase, but seriously, there it is. It's right there. You have stories. I have my own personal stories, you know, but we're here talking about Leah. So Leah's story, hopefully everyone watching this, you all can identify, you know, directly with Leah. I mean, she came from, I guess you could say, humble beginnings, and now she's killing it, you know. So you can follow her throughout this whole interview. You can just follow her whole journey, starting with on her own, you know, and then going into DSD, and then now coming into Infinity. I mean, it's just amazing how this, you know, this whole industry has been opened up to us. I love it because I love how it turned me from just a consumer to a producer. I love that.
Right. It totally changes the way that you view shopping and spending and money. I mean, it's like money is now not something that, I mean, it's, you know, you need money to live, and you need a certain amount, and, you know, but I view money now as a tool to invest rather than, oh my gosh, I've got to come up with this much. And, you know, when I was working at a job, you know, I only got this much money every 2 weeks, and that was it. And now I feel like I have a lot more control over that. And, you know, it's a lot of times I don't worry about spending now because I know that I'm going to spend $20, but it's going to make me, you know, 60 or, you know, whatever. And it's not something that I worry about as much anymore, because, you know, it's just, it changes your whole mindset about money and products. And I think the hardest thing for me at first was remembering not to shop for myself, because I couldn't care less about Star Wars. I couldn't care less about, you know, all kinds of stuff that I sell. It took me, I was selling Minion coloring books before I like Minions now. And my son is obsessed with them. But at first, I couldn't understand these little yellow things. I didn't know why people liked them. They don't even speak words. And now I kind of love, I'm actually wearing Minion pajama pants. So yeah, so we're like, I've totally been converted. But, you know, I mean, so, you know, and my son has everything Minions. We just threw him a Minion birthday party for his second birthday.
Yeah, you've come full circle, I was saying.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but, you know, a lot of this stuff, I mean, I will never like Star Wars. Okay. It's just a personal thing. I am not into it, but you better believe that I have sold, I don't even know how much Star Wars stuff this last, you know, couple weeks, well, couple months really. And, I don't know the robot guy and the gold guy and, you know, whatever they are, I don't know, but all I know is they're selling and I'm jumping on it. So that's all I know.
So cool. I love that. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to know everything about, because that might be another thing that hinders people from starting. They're like, well, I don't know. What if somebody asks me about the product? I don't know about the product. I can't do it. Don't that stop you, you know? Obviously, Leah, you're not letting it stop you.
Well, yeah, I scan profitable, it's going in the cart. Not it's going back on the shelf. So, but yeah, that is something actually that that held me back with drop shipping for quite a while, because I felt like, you know, I don't know anything about these, you know, car accessories, you know, I don't know about this stuff. I don't know what it does. I don't, and I felt like I needed to know about my product. And I think I've gotten like 2 questions in the last, you know, however long I've been doing this, like really doing this, since May. So gosh, I guess not quite a year, but, you know, since I really started working hard at drop shipping, well, e-commerce in general, I've had like 2 questions about an item. I mean, and then you just go to the product page and see if you can figure it out, you know, ask that seller if they know. So, you know, from your source. So yeah, that did hinder me a lot, and it shouldn't, because, you know, I mean, obviously now there's some cases where, like, I ran into something this Q4 where I had my first return because I had listed something and I thought it could do something that, you know, there's like check boxes. This is why I stay away from electronics too, because it was an Xbox accessory, and I thought that it worked with the Xbox One, and so I checked the box that it worked with an Xbox One, and it didn't. So the customer ended up returning it, you know, and so that's a situation where you might, you know, need to know a little bit more about it. But I mean, if you're selling an office chair, you know, it's, you know, or a knife set, you know, I mean, anything. I mean, those are pretty self-explanatory items. So you don't have to know, you know, but
then even if you did, you know, even if you did, like you said, when you had questions, you just have to be of the mind not to let that scare you away, because
yeah.
this is such a great opportunity. I mean, you said it yourself, you know, you've made hand over fist. You start out with, you know, with paying one thing, and then you get back like 3 times, 4 times, you know, the amount that you paid. So I mean, it's definitely worth it. So I think really, you know, to encourage anyone out there who may have the same issue about, well, I don't know, you know, about the products, and what if they ask me, and you're letting these things hinder you? You really can't. You just have to roll up your sleeves. I already have sleeves, so it's kind of hard for me, but you got to roll up your sleeves, and you got to be of the mind to get in there and just handle it. You know, you can handle it. I think that's the thing that people need to understand too. You know, they may think, they come up with these scenarios in their head, and it may seem, or they may make it seem so huge, you know, but when you actually go through it and deal with it, you will probably not have that much, you know, that bad of a time, you know. And even if you do, hey, you got a whole team NEOS,
right.
leaders, you know, all of us helping you, you know. So for
Yeah.
those who are watching this and who are not in Team NEOS, you can just like click the link below and you can join us. But you know, just wanting to just encourage you all who are already in DSD and may, you know, be trying to get it, and just it's not coming, you know, or you are letting these things hold you back. You just have to make the decision, as Leah was saying before. She just made a decision that she was going to just sell, you know, on Amazon, and she just did it. So that's a lot of the fight, is just making the decision and then just sticking to it. So you do have to just, you know, roll up your sleeves and become an entrepreneur. That's how you do it. You can't do it any other way.
Yeah.
You can't succeed without the work. Sorry, you got to do it.
I'm telling you, I've been through some crazy stuff in the last, you know, just 6 months, especially with selling on Amazon. I have run into things like cease and desist letters, other people bullying me, trying to tell me that I can't sell something, you know, all kinds of things, returns, negative feedback, something that was against the product, not me as a seller. But they knocked me as a seller. And, you know, I was able to get that removed. But, you know, it's a process. I mean, you got to figure out, how do you do this? You know, it's like, can I do this? Should I do this? I've had somebody recently within the last couple of weeks try to scam me, because Amazon, if there are, you know, it depends on the seller, but Amazon sometimes will, the sellers will automatically refund if it's under a certain dollar amount, and you can keep the product. Well, I know, because, you know, this person was like, oh, I didn't receive my package. And so, you know, I offered to help assist with tracking it. It said that it was delivered and received. I offered to get the postal inspector involved, you know, to try and figure out what was going on. Never heard back. Tried to follow up, never heard back. All of a sudden, there is a defective merchandise claim and a return request. And I'm thinking, okay, so you couldn't let me know that you got your package, but all of a sudden it's defective, because I'm pretty sure that they thought, you know, it's a cheap item. They were going to get to keep it, and I was going to refund their money. Not happening. Okay, this is how I support my family, and I'm not going to tolerate that. You're not going to scam me. If I suspect a scam, you know, you're going to go through the process with me. So I was like, okay, yeah, we can do this return. You know, just ship the product back to me. I'll even pay for your return shipping. Guess what? Never heard back, because they were trying to scam me. And, you know, no, we're not doing that. And here's the kicker. I have personally used this particular product for years in my own home, and I have never had an issue. And I'm just thinking, okay, no, So, I mean, like I said, I've been through Amazon bullies, returns, negative feedback, cease and desist, scammers, you name it. I've been through, a lot of selling things and not being able to source them, having to cancel orders. And there's nothing more that I dislike more than having to tell somebody that I can't source their item for whatever reason. It's something that happens, especially like during Q4 when sources are running out. Or if I have something and then, in my inventory, and then I realize, it's chipped or it's otherwise damaged or something, I'm not going to send that to a customer. And I have to tell them, like I had some limited edition things that ended up, they were damaged and I couldn't get them anywhere else. And so I had to write 2 of my customers and say, I'm really sorry, I can offer you this instead, or I can just give you a refund. And, and I think that's the worst, is disappointing a customer. And, because I really take pride in my seller feedback, and, I want to have a perfect reputation online, and I've worked really hard to get that. So, I mean, I think that, I don't know, I'm sure every seller takes pride in their performance, but it gives me that sense of accomplishment that some people get from a career, but I never did in the career path that I chose and thought I would enjoy, but ended up not. And, I still, I provide people good value and good service, but I don't have to, answer phones doing customer service all day, or, things like that, I get to kind of be a little bit removed, but at the same time, I still handle things directly, if that makes sense. Like I used to work in technical support and customer service and stuff like that. And that just drains you, it's not rewarding. I mean, people yelling at you all day, and this is just so much different, and I have time freedom now. I have financial freedom, and, it's just, I finally found something that works for me, and I don't feel like I have to go slave 8 hours, 10 hours at a job that I hate anymore. And I get to spend that time with my son, and, not have to pay somebody else to raise him in daycare, and, contrary to what I even want him to be raised like. And, I love it. If I want to go to a movie at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday night, I can do that. If I want to sleep until noon, I can do that. And it's great. Now I work, I might work until midnight, or I might work, 7 days in a week and 6 days another week and 3 days another week, but I control that. And I don't have to get up at 6 a.m. and sit in Dallas traffic for an hour or more sometimes. And then, I don't have to ask if I can take a break. I don't have to ask if I can go to lunch. I don't have to ask if I can take a day off. If I need to do something, I can do it. And now, I mean, that comes with responsibility too. Sometimes I might need a manager, but I think I could get one of those off of Fiverr, so I'm good.
That is true. That is true. I wanted to just make sure that we brought out 2 points, and one is going to be kind of funny, but the first one is that going through all of those things makes you stronger. It builds you up as a person. It shows you what's inside of you. You got to come out. You got to come through. Either for your customer or for yourself, so that you don't have things slack off too much. But it builds you up when you see, look, I went through that. Look, it was, it seemed terrible and all of this stuff, but I got through it. So, hey, I can probably do it again. Or, hey, at least I know, this new skill set, of how to deal with this, and I can deal with it again. Now, with that comes, Leah, this is going live. This is live. So you're probably going to have your PM box on Facebook blow up, because everybody's going to be like, help me, please. How'd you do this? How'd you do that? So I just wanted to let you know that you might become really, really famous. That's for a little while. But
I'm the next YouTube star, y'all.
Right? That's a good thing though, because I mean, it's gonna, you're bringing the help that so many people, need, and we just want to make sure that here at Team NEOS, we are helping you as much as possible. We're not gonna really hold your hand, through every little thing, but like Leah, if you got the unction to get up there and you're finally deciding to make that decision to just do it yourself, and you're gonna roll up your sleeves, we'll be right there with you. We will link arms with you, and we will go with you through this whole journey of being an entrepreneur and learning e-commerce. Oh, so Leah, this is so good. This is so good. Thank you.
Rolling up sleeves. I think we have the same shirt.
I see that. I wonder, did we go to the same event? So maybe that has something to do with it. Well, yeah. So these are our Team NEOS shirts. The last ones that we have. I do believe we are going to get some new ones. So we're just going to keep it going with this style until we get our new ones, and then we'll be busting those out on the on the interviews as well. So,
I actually, like I mentioned, I just found DSD from a random person on the internet. And, thank goodness I did, because I met everybody in Team NEOS at the event in Dallas back in May. I'm so proud to be part of such an amazing group and to really be Team NEOS for real now.
That's right. Repping Team NEOS to the end. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. So I mean, it's an amazing company, and what you were talking about, Super Saturday is coming up January 23rd in Houston, Texas. There are still tickets left. I don't have a link. I might be able to put a link underneath this video. So later, if you come back, there might be a link down there. But definitely, if you're in the Lone Star Dominators group, because there's a Lone Star Dominators, like Mia was saying, they get together locally. Lone Star Dominators on Facebook, they have a link in that group. Or you can just hit up maybe Nikki, or you can hit up Leah on Facebook, and she can direct you to how to get a ticket to Super Saturday, where Nikki and Parrish are going to go hands. I mean, they're going to it's like a boot camp, but immersive, and it's going to be in the trenches, because y'all are also going to go shopping. It's amazing. There's going to be so many things that y'all are going to get to do. Oh my goodness. You hear from all the different leaders. You hear from Nikki and Parrish. You're going to have time to network. It's amazing. Of course, they're going to feed you, and they're also going to give out goodies, lots and lots more goodies. So you've already got a goodie. So there's going to be a whole lot more bonuses and a whole lot more goodies to be handed out at the Super Saturday event this coming Saturday, January 23rd.
If anybody else is beach obsessed like me, I'm going to Galveston. I don't know when I'm going to go. It may be Friday before the event, because I'm going to Houston super early. So if anybody else wants to be crazy on the beach in January with me, let me know, because I am going to the beach. It's been like 2 years since I've been to the beach. If I'm going all the way to Houston, I'm going to the beach.
You have to do that.
And like another 30 or 45 minutes down there, I'm going. Okay, I don't care if it's winter. I'm gonna be in the waves. So.
Put your little toe, maybe. Just don't forget to take your pictures and post them. For Super Saturday, hashtag Super Saturday.
Like, the only thing that's gonna stop me is if it's like a really bad rainstorm or something, or freezing cold. Actually, even if it's cold, I'll still go. I don't care.
I think the weather forecast is going to be 70 and sunny, so I do believe you're okay.
I will at least build a sandcastle at minimum. So
well, girl, have a good time, and thank you so much everyone for joining us on this Team NEOS Spotlight session. I wanted to thank Leah again. Thank you so much for being so open and transparent, sharing your story, and giving us
for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's just wonderful to get together and to be able to encourage each other in our business. So we will see you again for the next Team NEOS Spotlight session, and who knows, it might be you. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.